How can I sit as a minister? Government officials are being attacked. Then I'm sitting in my office doing what? You send this to start beating government officials simply because you had a relationship with the military. Or you come from a particular place. You come from a particular place. You come from a particular place.
If it were to be a Southeasterner, an Igbo young military officer that did this in protection of a property owned by a senior military officer from the Southeast, we will not be saying it this way. And that is the truth. And that is what Wike have just confirmed. Wonderful people, viewers and subscribers, you're welcome back again on this platform where we tell you undiluted truth. If Wike have not learned one thing from his grandstanding confrontation with the young naval officer, Yerima, he have understood that Nigeria is not for him. He is now crying, called all the press people together to have another toad frog voice interview or press conference to lament that they have intimidated him.
What was the problem? How can I sit as a minister? Government officials are being attacked. Government officials are being beaten up. Government officials to the level of directorship. Then I'm sitting in my office doing what? How will such officials carry out their functions again when they know their principal or their boss cannot protect them? Not as private individuals, as government officials. So many people have had problems. Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, a general, former head of state, former president, he will call me on phone. Minister, I look good at this problem of land here. Please carry. I will solve the problem. That is former head of state, former elected president. We have the courtesy of calling the minister. Look, I have this problem. I have this problem. See how you can look into it. General Tiwa Danjuma would call you. Look, there is this and this and this. These are people who, they're all retired generals. These are people with constant discipline. They didn't bother because they were former chief of officer. They were former president. They never sent soldiers. They never sent anybody to go and attack anybody. They just call you. And respect the gas, respect. I have to respect. And I'll tell them, sir, don't worry. I will sort out the problem. And I will do. I won't even talk about other people who are highly placed. They will come to you. Mr. Minister, maybe we didn't know of this. If we knew, we would have done it like this. But how do you see a private individual knowing fully well that you are against the law? It is not military versus government. No. If it was military, I would have written to them that, look, military, why are you doing this? This is a private individual. Land was not allocated to him. Land was allocated to a company called Santos in 2007 for parks and recreation. They applied to the former minister for change of use. The minister refused. The man went, started selling land. Maybe the former chief of staff fell into their scam, sold. This government property. It's not your property. If government officials came to say, look, what are you doing here now? This is not, government has sat under the ministerial committee and taken back every land under parks and even under secretariat, because we felt that there are a lot of delays, suits, litigations. We said, no, we won't continue with that. You send this to start beating government officials, not private, but government officials, beating them. Senior government officials, you were beaten. You couldn't even say, okay, let me get to the minister, see how he can help us, No, not like that. Simply because you had a relationship with the military. And government cannot enforce laws because you are attached or you had a relationship with a particular institution, or you come from a particular place.
Whoa, you might ask, how did he admit that he had been intimidated from everything you had? Didn't you hear it clearly from the lines that he was intimidated and humiliated? You know why? The painful part of it is when he said this.
You send this to start beating government officials simply because you had a relationship with the military, or you come from a particular place.
The person in question, didn't you hear me say it in my previous video? That if it were to be a Southeasterner, an Igbo young military officer that did this in protection of a property owned by a senior military officer from the Southeast, we will not be saying it this way. And that is the truth. And that is what Wike have just confirmed. That is the truth. I'm telling you the gospel truth. Because they have now begun to realize that this country belongs to a particular set of people. And also, come to think of it, Nigerians, you must also understand that in this country, there are laws for the poor masses and those for the, the upper echelon, the bourgeois, the elites at different levels. Honestly, that is what it proved. So they can shove out laws, meander through situations, find solutions for the top organs at the top. Whereas if it is you, I remember when Wike confronted some Abuja landlords.
You know what I want to say to you? You're taking the laws into your hand.
No, we never did, sir.
It's a wrong information.
It's a wrong information.
We don't even know the reason why.
Sir, it's okay, sorry.
Who told you can talk? If you think that you take something, you are not the only one. You have to be careful. Stupid. Because I came there to talk to you. I don't need to talk to you.
Sorry, sir.
Sorry, sir.
You don't know what to do. God bring their guns.
No, sir.
No, sir. We don't have gun.
We have no gun.
No gun, sir.
You see, so he couldn't say, hey, he couldn't call press conference to address why wouldn't these people come to see, look, Mr. Minister, we have this problem, let us find the solution to it, and the minister will listen to them. It will not happen because you are a poor masses. So in Nigeria, equality is only in the papers and not in application. So anytime you are trying to die for some of these political elites, make you think twice. Don't join in their fight because you are always victim. And that is the truth. In a society where where the law is the law of the jungle, eat or get eaten. This time, now Wike they chop Wike for this one. He ran back like one dog has his tail in between his two legs. Now back up Yara. When the oppressor jam the oppressor promise, and this is what you get. Anyway, I think Wike's time has come and gone. We are going to face other things, but every day Nigeria continues to prove that it is a failed state. If, as I heard, it is true that Tinubu and the powers that be ordered Wike out, which resulted in him moving those caterpillars of destruction from the site owned by the military, retired military top official, former chief of naval staff. Then, what is it then that Wike is defending? Rule of law. Rule of law. Anyway, let me have your opinion on this on the comment section. I will keep bringing to you undiluted truth here on this platform without looking at anybody's face. Let me have your thought on this on the comment section and help me share it if it resonates with you. I'm Apostle Gerald Peters, your advocate for good governance. Bye-bye for now. GGN, uniting the people for good governance.